Hi, this is Eric from Longbox Review at longboxreview.wordpress.com, where I look at comics past and present. Okay, we're going to try something new here. I'm going to take a look at The Brave and the Bold number 34 and give you my thoughts on it. Doing this sort of real time to me anyway, as I'm recording this, as I'm taking a look at it. I really like the Brave and the Bold series for the most part, especially since the beginning with Mark Waid writing it. When JMS took it over, I was a little concerned, but for the most part his stuff has been pretty good. There's been some duds. I'm sorry to say that this latest issue, featuring the Doom Patrol and the Legion of Superheroes, is kind of a dud, but not too bad. But let's see. Let's start here with the cover, which I think is pretty cool. You got the Doom Patrol on the left and the Legion on the right here, and a time bubble in the middle, which is, here's an aside, probably one of many, but I love how they brought the Legion back recently, and they got the time bubbles, and we're seeing the Legion a lot in their old costumes, their costumes from the late 50s, early 60s. And I really like that for some reason. I just think that's really cool. Lightning Lad's costume, which is just so hokey looking, with the blue and the white and the orange and the cape, but it works. I like it. But what I really like is Kaz's Cosmic Boy's costume with the it's pink, right? But pink and white and black. But I just love it. It just looks really cool. And the art by Jesus Saiz. I assume he did the cover here. I can't really tell just by looking at it, but he draws really well. I like it. Okay, let's get into it. With any Legion story, it seems there's a crisis in time, and they've got to somehow correct it, which is exactly what's going on. There's a black hole heading towards Earth. And Garth, Lightning Lad, makes it back to Earth just in time to wake up Cosmic Boy and Saturn Girl and say, hey, there's a big black hole coming our way. We should do something about that. And about that time, it shows up. And the three Legionnaires barely have enough time to get in the time bubble to try and go back in the past and correct it when the black hole basically destroys the Earth. Well, that's the other thing about the Legion, is that something's always destroying the Earth or the Moon or something. They gotta go fix it. A few more pages of dialogue here. The Legionnaires is discussing what to do. And then we go to our recent past, I guess. I'm not sure what the DC timeline is anymore, but here we have the Doom Patrol and their... I guess it's their exercise room, because you got Cliff Steele, Robot Man, holding up this big press that's, I guess, trying to press him into scrap metal and with 2 tons of pressure. And then you got Elastigirl doing something over there. I don't know what that is. Anyway, then the Legion shows up and explains the situation, and everybody just goes along with it. As it says here in the caption, 7 minutes, 15 seconds later. So they've explained everything in that amount of time, and Niles Calder says, I understand. And then everybody just goes along with it. That's one of the things I love about these retro stories, harkens back to that time in the 60s where the heroes, they did what they said what they did, and everybody just kind of accepted it just like that. Which, naive, sure, but I kind of like it. So anyway, everybody pops in their time bubble, and we have a little bit of a TARDIS moment here as something gets out of whack and they have to go into the, I guess, quote-unquote engine room of the time bubble, which is kind of new because, it's just a bubble, right? Where else can they store stuff, or where's the mechanics behind it? And lo and behold, Kaz goes down below, and guess what? It's it's bigger inside down below than it appears from the outside. It's a TARDIS, which, okay, that's just cool. But then there's this there's this contaminant in the flow control systems, Lightning Lad says, and he pulls out this pink ball of fluff. And he says, it's pink and white fluff. And Southern Girl says, yes, but what is it? And Lightning Lad says, I don't know. And then there's this joke about, it's pink, so therefore, and white, so I guess it has something to do with Cosmic Boy, and there's something said about his masculinity, or implied about his masculinity, but, it kind of looks like a triple, and I don't know. It was dumb. A dumb aside, it took up basically 2 pages, really, of content just for this two stupid little jokes. Anyway, there's a lot of... I just noticed this, looking through it again. There's a lot of talking heads in the time bubble. Maybe I'm not so impressed with this series. Anyway, they arrive at where the black hole starts, and they go out into space in these weird-looking space helmets, but they don't, and these shoulder pads. So basically, it fits right over their head and shoulders, and that's it. And you can see their hands. I don't know. If you're going to wear a spacesuit, but I don't understand what the hell this is and how it's supposed to protect them from space. I guess, obviously you have to breathe and communicate, but, I thought they had flight rings earlier. I thought the flight rings protected them, but maybe I don't know. Everything's different with the Legion now. I don't know what's right and what's wrong and what's in continuity and what's out of. So anyway, they come up with this plan where Lightning Lad's going to provide the raw power, and Negative Man's going to do something, and Robot Man is the conductor. Oh, I guess Negative Man's supposed to be like the taking away the energy of the black hole. I don't know. So they do it, and Robot Man starts melting, and then just a big burst of energy, and the black hole is done. And that's it. So, bottom line, I guess, it was really nice to see, the 3 founding members of the Legionnaires in this little adventure, and I like the Doom Patrol well enough, but there really wasn't a whole lot to it. There was a danger, but it really was... it's a black hole, for crying out loud, and it takes 3 minor heroes. Well, I guess 4, Kaz was part of it too, but it takes 4 of them to get rid of a black hole. I don't know. It seems really silly. But again, we come back to that whole the whole naivete of the 60s storytelling, where things like that just happen all the time. There's a big menace, a big problem, and the heroes band together and lickety split. It's all done, and everybody goes home happy, and no one gets hurt. Well, too much anyway. And that's it. Of course, at the end of this issue, there is sort of a cliffhanger, I suppose, because it ends with these 3 captions. Why was this the worst day of the Chief's life? Where did the pink fluff come from? And then it says, be here next month for the answers. Dun dun dun. It was okay. Like I said, JMS has been hit or miss for me on these stories. For the ones that really click, they're really good stories, and the rest are just so-so, and, was it worth $3? Probably not. But, it was an entertaining read, at least for a few minutes for me. So, in the grand scale of comic bookdom, would you buy, borrow, or bin, i.e. throw it in the bin? This is definitely a borrow. Hovering on the bin. but not quite that bad. There you have it. That's my quick review, more or less, of The Brave and the Bold, number 34. Thanks for listening.